Hello, everybody. It's Kuzi once again. Last night, the Cardinals defeated the Rangers 6-2 in Game 7. The Cardinals had a wonderful year, but for the Texas Rangers, they had a wonderful year, but a disappointing end. And since the Texas Rangers lost last night, they are the first team since 1992 to go to the World Series two times in a row, losing back to back. In 1992, the Braves went to the World Series and went against the Blue Jays, and they also went against the World Series in 1991 against the Twins, but they lost both of them back to back. So for the Cardinals, what does this do for them next year? And for the Rangers, what does it also do for them next year with all the free agency? I know that what are they gonna do with C.J. Wilson or Albert Pujols, but I don't think no one is really worrying about Albert Pujols since he's gonna stay with them next year. We all know that. But for the Texas Rangers, I know that it's really hard to actually see your team who had a 3-2 lead and now they blew it. It's really painful. It really is. And I'm not even going to say how you feel because I know how people feel when you lose. But overall, I think that this season, this 2011 baseball season, has been really interesting. One of the greatest, like, have I seen for a while. And I know people will agree with me on that one because you had a lot of things that you did not expect to see. One, no one did not expect to see the Cardinals and the Rays do better at the end of the season, just coming back and beat whoever was in their way to go to the playoffs. No one did not expect to see that happen. Everybody thought that the Rays and the Cardinals were not going to go to the playoffs at all, especially the Rays. Because remember when the Rays gave up one of their a lot of their best players. I mean, they lost Crawford, they lost Pena, they lost Garza, they lost a lot of their players, and no one expected them to go back to the playoffs, but they proved that they could go back to the playoffs regardless if they don't have their best players. And for the Cardinals, well, I don't think no one really expected them to do anything this year. It was really a disappointing year for the Red Sox and for the Braves. But for the Red Sox, that's what happens when you try to act like you are like the Yankees. I'm just saying because hitting is does not mean you're gonna win games. You got to have pitching as well. Great pitching, not just good pitching, great pitching. For the Yankees and the Phillies, I think that a lot of people will expect to see the Yankees and the Phillies once again in the World Series, but the better team always wins, and unfortunately they lost to the Cardinals and the Tigers respectively. Yeah. And speaking of the Tigers, no one didn't expect to see the Tigers go into the playoffs and even go into a championship series. Everybody thought that the Cardinals were going to get beat up by the Yankees, you know. So a lot of things have changed around here. Speaking of the Rangers as well, no one did not expect to see the Rangers go back to the World Series because ever since Cliff Lee went to the Phillies, everybody was thinking, oh, they're not going to do like they did last year. But they gotten better. It's just that they need to step up their starting rotation and actually do something about it. I mean, their starting rotation is not bad, but they just need to get better. And their closer needs to stop blowing games like he did in Game 6. Just saying, when everything's on the line, yeah, you need to do better. So yeah, so overall, this has been a great season. And the Brewers really improved as well. I don't want to leave the Brewers out of the way, but the Brewers improved as well, and the Diamondbacks they improved as well. They showed that they can pass the Giants. I mean, if you're a Giants fan, you're not really happy for this year, but at least you won last year. So overall, what does this do for all the hype next year? Because next year it's going to be better than this year. I believe that. I believe that anybody has a shot next year. I believe that everybody's going to improve, and we'll see what happens. Maybe next year the Cubs can make it to the playoffs. You never know. You never know because anything can happen. Legends are born in October, and legends were born in October because history has been made. And David Reese is the MVP, the World Series MVP. So we'll see what happens next year. I'll see you guys next year talking about baseball once again. I'm done, people. Baseball. See you later. Off season is next. Contact me on Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter. Peace.